Okay. When a project starts, even before business requirements gathering, even before sometimes even planning, at a very high level, project is conceived. When I'm trying to say very high level, that I want to make this word very little bit clear, because very high level really means, like, I don't want to call it, they conceive the idea that we will be having these, we'll implement 5 interfaces. So it looks like a requirement, but it is not in the form of a requirement. We call it fully, like in a slang, I can say fully baked requirement. So requirements are not baked, like they are not business requirement yet, but at a high level everybody has ideas that this is what we need to have. So scenarios, test scenario भी होता है. मैं चाहता हूँ कि मेरे जो, I want my students, not to get confused when they are talking there. They should understand the idea. So I will call it, for lack of a better word, very high level, very very high level requirements. Why I'm not calling it high level requirements? Because high level requirements in RUP or in SDLC sometimes means business requirement. Like some people, when just as a high level requirement, they think it's business requirement. So this is not business requirement. I'm talking about, like some people call it, some people, I feel like calling it scoping, but even I think that is not a good name, because in RUP, business requirements are not, business requirements sometimes are called as, called as scoping or scope. So I don't want to call it by some standard word, because then it will be confusing. I just at a conceptual level, everybody, like, it is like, just as a project is conceived, they try to look at the, again, scope, but then they try to look at the breadth and width of the project, breadth and depth of the project at a very high level. And I will give you an example, but you will clearly see it is not business requirement, but you will be able to understand, at what level they conceive the project.
It's not fully conceptualized.
It is not fully conceptualized. That's right. That's right. It's not fully conceptualized. But then what it means, I want to make sure that you understand. For example, they'll say, okay, we'll build 5 interfaces. Okay, they'll say, which basically, to me, differentiating factor seems to be, like the cost, which will mean the cost will change drastically. For example, if they want to build 5 interfaces, we'll build the interfaces to data warehouse. Okay, we'll have to and fro communication between data warehouse. That changes the thing. Just one-way interface means different. But saying that, okay, this will be the cross-reference key, and these are the data elements that will be shared, will be a business requirement. So it's not properly done. It's just at a high level. You say, okay, we will build an interface. Similarly, there could be a requirement like, we'll have interfaces with the syndicated data. Okay, we'll have interface with the DNB for deduplication purposes. It means the difference of $2 to $3 million in the project, and ongoing lot of cost to the project, because DNB charges per transaction basis. Making sense? Or we'll have deduplication using first logic. Making sense? These are all very high level requirements. What will be the deduplication rules? How will the deduplication work? Those will be business requirements or function requirements. So these things are typically done by enterprise BAs or high level BAs or project managers, like really senior people. And the other such example is, let's say, we want to automate the field sales force. We want to give them field sales force function. That means the local database, which means a huge cost, versus local database. So which means a huge cost in terms of rollout, in terms of training. Making sense? Like, we'll roll it out to 3 markets, US, Brazil and Argentina. Huge cost. This kind of high level, at a high level, the breadth of the project will be like documented. Okay, other will be like, we will be rolling it out to laptop division as well as desktop division, but not the PDA division. This is again a high level, right? Then they might, in the same thing, will automate the application submission process. We'll automate the entire customer inquiry process. All the kind of inquiries will be taken into Siebel, answered using Siebel. Making sense? At a very high level, they just conceive the project. Okay, we want to have something which can do some things. What things? Not known. Just at a high level, they don't know that. Can you determine the cost on such a basis? For example, when in house is a good example. Like, when you are looking at a house, you simply say, okay, my range is $500,000 to $600,000 in this area. That's precisely what I'm talking. Right? Let's say you say, I want to have something in this area, Glendale, Burbank area, and I want it to be a 3 to 4 bedroom house, at least 1500 square feet. You see, do you think you have thought of everything? Do you think hardware? So the question sometimes people ask is, hey, you know what? The cost can change. The cost can be drastically different from even right, even on the basis of these things. It can mean any from $500,000 to 5 million. That's right. So that's not the point. The point really is not the granular, just the high level. For example, in case of home, when you say, okay, I want to, then you know that if you want to have granite countertops, you're talking about addition 20 grand. If you want to have wooden countertops, 10 grand. If you want to have plastic, 1 grand. 20 times difference. If you put the same algorithm in each and everything, on the paint, on the lights, and on everything, your home can cost you $500,000 to $5 million. But still, when we all start, we start with this thing. We want to have at least 1500 square foot in this area, and and with a good school district, things like that, right? Making sense? So that is like a high level conception of the idea, and then you start looking. Well, our cycle is different. When after that, in SDLC, we hire a high level BA, and he looks at all the things. So this document is about some high level idea gives you high level idea about like this company, what they want to achieve. Okay. New data interfaces, SAP, CRM, BI. What will be the nature of the interface? What will be done as part of that interface? It's not known. Ability for system to capture doctor signature in the field at the doctor's office or sample. You know why this is there? Although it looks like a business requirement, because it means a C difference in the rollout cost. Like if you say that, like it's like basically because of the fact that the laptops cannot be used now, they'll be using, like PDAs, which have touch screen. Like I don't know what to call it. Touch screen? Touch sensitive screens and all that. So this is the kind of the thing we are talking. So it will be different now. So which means a huge cost to the project. They will have to roll out tablet PCs or something. Tablet PCs? Yeah. They will be doing that. Ability to link to BI portal from Ascend. I'm not sure what Ascend is, but I'll find out. Integrate however this document along with UIs. So this is pretty, you'll be pretty going through the methodology also. We'll do that later, but I just want to go through. Integrate Ascend and eAdvantage. Like these are two systems, they're saying they will integrate it. Right? Address infrastructure needs. This is like a very high level thing. I'm not even sure what they really mean here, right? How many? Okay. Yeah. Ability to integrate data from other systems. Improve calendar functionality. Right? Schedule appointments based on external source. This is okay. Based on external source, maybe it's external source. What do you mean by this? I think so. Yeah, maybe there is a directory or something. You just get everything. You get the person from there and you schedule an appointment with him.
Right.
But what kind of data? I mean, that's what I was saying. Like, what kind of data would be there? Anyway, so
Data will be basically they need the phone of.
Okay, content information. Okay. Alert to retail programs literature. What is it? What does it mean? Alert to retail programs.
Like, I think like a reminder.
What
Kind of stuff
every time the manager, like the VPs and as they launch a new program, he should know, and those are called as probably retail programs, right? I'm myself not sure what is a retail program. Let's see in the CBER licensing guide if we have something like a retail program. There is no retail program.
Just type
Yeah,
retail and
something
see.
is right. That's it. So inform the retailer.
I know there is a program, Shira. Clinical program, okay, that's right.
Retail here means the account.
Huh?
Retail means the account.
No.
Retailer will be the account here.
Not sure. We don't. Mostly in all these e-pharma application, doctors are this thing.
Yeah, doctors they are okay. Doctors professionals they are.
Retail program is like, so what is quick access to calls scheduled for pre-call planning, ability to plan full quarter, POA based call flow. Okay, so we have done this understanding of this thing, from a high level standpoint, high level requirement standpoint. So I'll close this thing video and
High
then
level or really high level?
really high level, right? So we'll now from this, we get to the actual thing. We'll try to understand the pharma world and the requirement and the nature and scope of this requirement. right? Because we're all ready for that discussion anyway. You know? We will track next call objective. This looks like a business requirement, but again, it is high level because I'm not able to understand why. Comparative info, yeah, this is definitely high level that they want to be able to look at competitors before they could, take any decision. So that's views and screens and flows are not defined yet. Just high level stuff is defined. Na? Typically, enterprise BAs or like high level BAs or senior real senior BAs make these documents.
So even in BAs there are levels.
Oh yeah. See what happens. All BAs are good level, but typically what happens is like these companies they will have their own company BAs, and they will be using those people like really they will be quite highly paid and all that stuff, and you can easily become that after 2-3 years. It's not something very out of the like this thing. You can easily become that too. It's not a big deal. But then you need a lot of experience and all yeah, one thing is sure, you need a lot of analytical skills. Yeah, typically this kind of BAs would be having a lot of understanding of the domain also, like pharmaceutical industry and all that in this case. And they typically would really, if a person has not done 2-3 implementations, he will never be able to understand what they are talking about.